really excited to be here with you and share some information about Specialized Bicycle's success story with eGain and the Knowledge Hub platform. So we're here today talking about platforms, and platform is a really key word. A platform is a multiplier. It should unlock and accelerate success. So let's talk platforms for a moment. I work for a bicycle company, and I am an adaptive cyclist. So I use motor assistance when I ride. I ride an e-bike. Before I rode an e-bike, I always had to worry about the distance of a ride, the incline of a ride, how hot it is outside, how windy it is outside. And it meant that I was missing out on a lot of experiences with my family. So my husband bought me an e-bike. I was so excited about what this new platform could do for me. I live in Colorado, and there are a lot of hills and fantastic mountain climbs in the area, and I just wasn't able to do those. I wouldn't even consider it. But I'm so excited about what this e-bike can do for me. So my husband and I go on a ride, and we're in the hills and the mountains that are just west of Boulder, Colorado. And we're going up Left Hand Canyon, if anyone knows the area. And it's a somewhat steep climb that I never would have considered beforehand. So I'm riding with my husband, and he's on what at Specialized we like to call an analog bike. So he's not on an e-bike, he's doing all the work. And I'm riding next to him, and I am chatting pretty much nonstop. I am so excited. I'm chatting about how beautiful the scenery is, how you can smell the pine trees, and how the babbling brook next to us just sounds so peaceful. And he's climbing away up this climb and looks over at me and just says, "Do you have to be so freaking happy?" And that's what my e-bike platform did for me. It made me incredibly freaking happy, and it made me feel like a kid again. And it really accelerated and unlocked my success on the bike, and that was a real game changer for me. So a little bit about me. As I mentioned, I live in Colorado. I have a content background. So I started out as a journalist and have a degree in journalism. And I also have a master's degree in business leadership from Northeastern University in Boston. I bring more than 20 years of experience in content development. I'm lucky enough to have been in the craft for that long. I specialize in digital knowledge and help content experiences, and I lead the knowledge and quality teams at Specialized Bicycles. I recently just joined Specialized in April. So I have been there for just a few months, but absolutely delighted to be there. So a little bit about Specialized. We are a premier cycling company. We make premium bikes and we offer premium service. We were founded 50 years ago in California by cyclists for cyclists. We are synonymous with the mountain bike. We were the first to ever develop and deliver to the marketplace mountain bikes, so we made the first ever production bike. We have innovated high-end carbon road bikes. We sponsor men's and women's pro cycling racing teams in the World Pro Peloton. We've had a year of amazing success with that. The picture you see here is of Remco Evenepoel. He is a Belgian superstar cyclist who is a Specialized athlete. And in a very unscripted moment, he won the gold medal in the men's road race in Paris this summer. And when he crossed the finish line, got off his bike, spotlighted it there as he celebrated. And as you can imagine, at Specialized, we were delighted with that. So we are also an industry leader in electric bikes. That is a huge portion of what we do in our business. And we are also a leader in battery recycling. We are about community, so we have a foundation called Outride, where we offer healthy outlets for kids who are struggling in school or at home and just need healthy activities to do. And really, we are just premium bikes, premium experiences, and we are focused on pedaling the planet forward. So a little bit about our content team. We have 2 knowledge authors. We have 3 technical writers who are producing manuals that go with every bike in the box as they get shipped out. and we have one graphic artist. Our content covers everything from technical product manuals, detailed knowledge articles, how-tos, troubleshooting, diagnostic guides, and we have more than 1,200 in-depth knowledge articles that are published now. We have about 5,000 that we are going through the queue or the process of vetting the knowledge and making sure it's high enough quality that it can go into the Knowledge Hub. And that means thousands of pages of manuals, and we do all of this in 22 languages. So earlier this year, the team decided to move from their existing platform, which was on site, to a cloud-based platform for knowledge. We had all sorts of business risks with our previous platform, so knowledge disappearing, we had the website going down, and we had just a lot of business risk, outage risks. But to really understand where we are in the moment of transition, we wanted to understand how we operate. What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? What are our opportunities? And so we started to research maturity models, content maturity models. And if you're not aware of a content maturity model, it's an industry framework. It's a scale that allows you to take a look at how you're doing compared to industry standards and what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. Excuse me, I'm just gonna have a drink really quick. How many are familiar with content maturity models? Just curious. All right, not really anybody. So we will go through this and talk about it together. So we went out and researched content maturity models. There's a number of them out there in the industry. We chose a model that really spoke to knowledge and seemed to be fairly reflective of where we are and where we wanted to go. So on the left, you can see there are content areas broken down. We have how well you're using a CMS, how well you're using your website, how well are your knowledge roles defined, and across the top, you can see the categories for maturity. It moves from left to right, from least mature to most mature, and nascent is sort of ad hoc, flying by the seat of your pants sort of content efforts. And this, by the way, this model is thanks to Lullabot. That's who we leverage this from. So once you have a model in place, you go out and do interviews across the business, not just with your knowledge team, but with those who use knowledge and who engage with it and who contribute to it, like our product teams. So I chose an industry model. I did the exercise because I was new enough to specialized that I brought an outsider perspective to it so that I could bring a fresh set of eyes, essentially, and not be defensive about anything that wasn't covered in the model or in applying the model. So yeah, went out and did interviews across the business, but I also observed content observation or content teams in how they produce the content, but also with those who use it. So sitting down with our support agents and making sure I understand how they get information, how they're looking for it. I take all of that data, apply it to the scoring model. So from least mature to most mature, it's moving from a 1 to a 4, applying scores to the data fields that I received or that I gathered, and then aggregating that data into an overall score. What we learned was really sobering. So we scored 1.5 out of 4. That's pretty solidly in the least mature stage. And what was so interesting, as enlightening and sobering as that is, what was so interesting to me is that there wasn't defensiveness in the organization. There was a lot of, yeah, we know it's really tough. We have a lot of rough edges. Some of it had to do with limitations in staffing. The bike industry has gone through contractions. That means we have lost some people. So some of it was resource constraints, but most of it was platform constraints. So we knew we had some challenges with our platform, but this gave us a really solid understanding of where we are and what our opportunities are going forward. So some of our challenges, it really brought into sharp focus where our pain points were, and really like me on my regular bike before I got my e-bike, I had just a lot of worries, a lot of things to consider, a lot of variables. So we were exposed to business risks, losing content, the site, our support portal going down. We had various content types being published all over the place. So no single source of truth, which you've heard as a theme throughout this morning. It's just incredibly important to have that single source of truth. So in essence, and this will probably resonate with you, we rely on superhero efforts from our knowledge team. And that is not sustainable, and it's a really great way to burn out your employees. So we knew we needed to make a change. So we decided to electrify our platform. After going through a thorough review of other vendors, we chose eGain. The Knowledge Hub platform was really best alignment for our use cases. And why did we choose eGain? The solution offered us a dependable cloud-based platform that mitigated our business risk. The partnership with the professional service team is just simply outstanding. We heard about the importance of implementing the system and doing that in a way, like standing it up and doing it right. Professional services did that for us. That was amazing. And the AI component has been really huge for us as well. The guided help opportunity has been amazing for us, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. And setting up templates and workflows and the ability to automate some of our content processes with the benefit of AI has proven to be really, really impactful. And now we have a single source of truth. And we're integrating that into systems like Salesforce Service Cloud. So imagine you're an agent and you work day to day and you're in Salesforce Service Cloud and you are working on a support case and you have to leave Service Cloud to go find information, go find answers. We had agents who were going to like 13 different places to try to find information when we were doing our audit of processes. And it makes the call really long. It makes it really hard for the agent to have confidence in the information that they're finding. What we're doing with the eGain integration on Salesforce App Exchange is tying knowledge directly into Service Cloud. So the agent doesn't have to leave their day-to-day tool. They will get knowledge served up with them directly in Service Cloud. And then they will have AI that'll be making knowledge article recommendations based on the content of the call. That's really impactful. So, like me on my e-bike, the content team is now really freaking happy. The eGain is unlocking and accelerating our success. The things we used to worry about before, like processes and workflows, templates, and in particular analytics, these are all addressed in the platform. And using eGain AI, in all honesty, it's like having another headcount. And it's the sum of those micro tasks that Ashu was talking about. All of the things that we don't necessarily do, or we do it off the side of our desk, but to be able to have a sum of micro tasks done by AI really was like adding a headcount to the team. So we're building out premium service. We're building out self-help experiences with the assistance of eGain AI, and that's everything from bulk import of our knowledge from other platforms to authoring assistance to content insights. But truly, the biggest opportunity that we have seen and that I have seen with eGain Knowledge is scaling and maturing our operations. So from authoring, localization, which is a huge topic we could spend a lot of time on, delivery, governance, all of it across the content lifecycle, we are maturing our operations with the eGain platform. And we're supporting writers, retailers, and our support agents better than we have before. So this is one of our use cases. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about guided help. So e-bikes are collections of incredibly complicated systems, and they have a lot of complicated steps when you're troubleshooting. We wanted to use eGain Knowledge and develop guided help to support our retailers when an e-bike is coming into the shop, help the retailers diagnose issues with the bike. So in applying guided help, we're leveraging eGain AI in all of our Turbo Studio digital experiences. This delivers an online experience for our retailers that is really helping them drive to the source of the problem. It's helping them turn around service on bikes much faster. And we're working on a project now, again, in partnership with professional services to develop guided help for riders. It'll be with using AI, we will simplify some of it and take out some of the more complex steps. But where we want to have riders be able to service their bikes, we'll have guided help experience for them as well. So in addition, we've used AssistGPT to create prompts to streamline authoring and take on some of those tedious and repetitive and micro tasks and free up authors' time. So my team, in addition to AI prompts that are already there, my team has been developing prompts to remove like certain formatting from content that is migrated over from a legacy system and has sort of a lot of garbage in the text or in the code behind it. We've used it to standardize table formatting so that we have a consistent look and feel across all of our tables and the presentation of our content, and to generate HTML code to embed videos in our articles and have it fit and play right within the article. We are also rapidly building out self-help and knowledge experiences delivered through our support center. We do that in local languages, and we have a number of different content types, but you can see there that we have content that is in 22 different languages in our knowledge center, and that's just an example of some of that content and how that's presented. The other important thing AssistGPT is doing to help us is adding metadata and keywords and short descriptions to our content. All of that greatly helps in search engine optimization. So we are using AssistGPT to really boost our SEO, which has really helped the findability of our content. So here's a look at a reminder of our pre-eGain score of 1.5 out of 4. Simply in adopting the platform and applying workflows and templates and some of the AI features, we moved into the emerging stage, which is pretty impressive, of that big a move, that big a leap forward by just simply adopting the platform and doing it in a best practice approach. With the optimizations we have planned for later this year and for the start of next year, we will start to move into the connected phase, which was that phase 3 or stage 3. And then in our longer term roadmap, we will be moving out from connected into strategic, which is best in class content operations. So here's a little bit of what that looks like. Ongoing quarterly enhancements has been the pace we've had so far, and we don't see any slowdown in that, which is really been an impressive roadmap, and just the pace that we're moving is amazing to me. So here's a look at some of the phases. A lot of it has to do with unifying experiences and integrating systems. So we have a lot of that on our roadmap, as well as just applying content best practices and using quality checks and using workflows to simplify how we are authoring content. So how do we measure our success on this journey? We are looking for significant improvements in NPS. We're working through some baselines right now in coming up with what our actual targets are, but we're looking to have a significant improvement in NPS. We are, with our self-help, we're looking at case deflection and making sure that we have simple cases, simple questions that are answered through the portal, and we don't want to absolutely deflect all cases, but the simple ones that take up a lot of time and just looking for an answer that can be found on the support portal, we want to drive those experiences as much as we can in self-help. We are looking at reducing our agent training time because they don't have to go and learn how to go across 13 different places to go find information. It's integrated right in the tool that they use. So onboarding of agents is going to be much faster, and we're looking at a significantly improved, reduced time to resolution. So driving cases to resolution should happen much faster. Another metric I should point out, which came up in Ashu's presentation, is the price per contact. Right now we have a cost per contact that is incredibly high. Driving that down to something like 25 to 35 cents would be an incredible operational savings for us, so that's something we're looking at as well. So in summary, eGain Knowledge is guiding Specialized to mature our operations, to help us deliver those premium experiences that our customers expect, and innovate our system integrations. Our leadership team, our content team, our partners, our retailers, everyone is so freaking happy. We're very excited for the ride. Feel free to connect with me. Reach out on LinkedIn. I'd be happy to share more. And thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.